Hi folks, Slick Slices here. This here is the Mora Black Tactical, it's called, which is a Mora knife, Mora Kniven manufacturer from Sweden. And Mora are known for making knives that go from less than £10 and are perfectly serviceable, right up to well over £100. This is towards the top end actually. This is about £83 as at today, which is March, the end of March 2022. £83 from Heine Haynes, with free delivery. So that gives you an idea of what it costs. Mora knives always come with these sort of plastic sheaths. This one is has the plastic sheath with the little sort of button fixing on it, so you can fix it onto things. But it comes with this sort of frog, which is made out of nylon, and you can fit it to a belt in different ways. And this sort of MOLLE compatible strip at the back you can use to put that into MOLLE equipment, and then use the various bits of Velcro just to make sure that it stays where you put it when you want it. It's also got a tag at the top which just goes around the top of the handle of the knife to keep it in place, although to be honest it doesn't really need it because it locks into the handle it locks into the scab pretty firmly, but you can pull that over the end. It takes quite a bit of strength to do it, mind. So, see, it's pretty firmly in there. Take it off camera to pull it out the sheath. It's that tough. Anyway, so that's more of an elaborate sheath system than you normally get from Mora. It has a carbon steel blade, some sort of Sandvik steel. I can't remember what the actual number is, but it's it's perfectly good. It has a black coating which helps to protect it from corrosion. Although of course, the minute you start to sharpen the edge, because it's a Scandi, the black will be lost from this sort of, I don't know what you call that, shinogi line or whatever, all the way down to the edge. So but then you keep sharpening it and it'll keep the corrosion away just in that. It's got a more of an ergonomic style handle than most Mora knives, but it's just got the one finger groove, so it doesn't really matter how big or small your fingers are. One goes in there and the rest go on the relatively flat part to here, and it's a full, I've got extra large hands and it fits my hand nicely. I would say it's possibly a little on the thin side, but that's just me. I've got quite big hands, but compared to say a classic Woodlaw shape, this isn't a Woodlaw but it's Woodlaw shape, it's probably about the same sort of thickness this way, and certainly feels similar in the hand. This with this it's a sort of soft rubbery feeling to it. Is you don't feel that any risk that's going to come out of your hand. It's going to be absolutely fine. Now there's a hard core under the handle, it's plastic, but you end up with a green plastic pommel here. So how far the tang actually comes I don't really know, and obviously I can't cut it apart to find out without ruining the knife. So it's a sort of pounding or hammering thing. It's not really there, but I believe that it has a pretty full tang inside, so I believe it's pretty solid, and I have no reason to think you would be in any danger of breaking this knife. Now, as I say, it's got a carbon steel blade, and it's coated carbon steel blade, and it has a full Scandi grind which comes to a zero edge. It is very sharp out of the box, and relatively easy to sharpen because it's a Scandi grind, so you sharpen that whole flat right the way to the edge. You can do that on a stone, or you can sharpen it And this I find a little bit strange. You could sharpen it with a Tormek. And why do I say a Tormek knife sharpener? Because this came as a free gift from Tormek. It's not mine, I don't own it, this has been lent to me, but my friend Jude bought a Tormek sharpener for his tools, and this came with it, so stay sharp with Tormek. So that's an £83 free gift, which is quite, I mean, obviously it's an expensive sharpener, but that's still a good gift to get for free with a machine like that. Hence it says stay sharp with Tormek. Now Tormek creates a slightly convex. It's quite a big wheel, so it's not a tight convex. It's hollow, not convex at all. Hollow grind edge on your hollow grind edge on your knives. It's maybe not the sort of marked hollow grind of like a Chris Reeve knife or something like that, but it does create a slight hollow grind, which seems an odd combination to go with a Scandi, where you really want it this between this sort of line along here and the edge. You want it to be completely flat to make it a proper Scandi. Or you would want a Scandi Vex, which would give it a convex edge on this final bit, but certainly not a hollow ground edge. Hollow ground edge is going to be weaker and weaker at the edge, which for a sort of woodworking knife is not a great advantage. It's more of a problem. So mixing it with the Tormek is slightly odd, but to get this free with the Tormek is great. I'm just trying to think. I've done a lot more else, not much more else to say about it. But Mora knives. That's what I didn't say. It has a very sharp spine, which would be perfect for striking fire steel on. I personally don't think using a knife for fire steel is a particularly good idea. Many fire steels come with a striker, and the strikers usually work better, even though they're just either a bit of hacksaw blade or something similar to that. They just strike the fire steel better. But this does work as a fire steel striker, and it'll do that job perfectly well. Drop point blade, I should have said that. I didn't, and it's a sort of 4-inch blade, which, as I say, is very similar in terms of size to the sort of Woodlaw, almost identical. The Volkneven Embla, more solid handle in the hand than the Embla, but not as pretty. Practical, yes, pretty. Not. So I think, yes, that's probably, if there's a downside to Mora knives, they're very workmanlike, which is great if you want to do work, and not so great if you want to pose around with your knife, but for doing work, brilliant, absolutely good. So that's it really. Thank you for watching. If you like this stuff, please give a thumbs up, and if you want to see some more of these things, then please feel free to subscribe. And remember, Mora knife, Black Tactical. I hate Tactical, it's a horrible name. Anyway, you can get funnily enough, you can get the same knife as the Mora Black Survival, which instead of having this sort of frog has a fire steel attached. Pays your money, takes your choice. You can also get it with a serrated edge. Anyway, I've whittled on more than enough. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Bye.